cuties out there.
Wow,
Thank you.
You are hooked up today, aren't you? Look at this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. This is quite intimidating.
Beautiful. How are you?
I'm really well. How are you?
Oh, I'm fantastic now.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank
Are you
you.
into chocolate?
I
Okay,
love
that's
chocolate.
enough.
No,
Yeah, okay.
this is my
All right.
favorite one. Great.
What we're going to do, we're going to talk a little bit real quick, but the question is going to be on either side of the room in front of these microphones, and that's where you'll be retrieving very nice, original questionings from the fans out there. In the meantime, it's not just Doctor Who. It's Penny Dreadful. It's two fans out there.
Stop it.
Penny Dreadful. So, other than that, and that's obviously the most current, I was looking at your IMDb before. You have some things that are coming up. So, before we get to the questioning, is there anything that you want to share with the audiences?
Wow, what are those things? I've got a play coming up.
You have a play coming
I
up?
have a play coming up in June in London, so if any of you fancy taking a 10-hour flight and coming to see us, not even on the West End, just outside the West End, has an amazing bar, and the play itself is a classic, and we're sort of reimagining it, so do come.
When does it start?
It starts at the end of July.
Okay, and runs for...
I think it runs over the summer, so pretty much until the end of the middle of September.
There you go. So that's a nice summer vacation for you guys to take on. And are we going to see you on the screen anytime soon?
Yeah, I've got a film coming out in London called City of Tiny Lights, and what else? And hopefully we'll be doing Penny Dreadful again.
Well, that's great. You're a fan of indie movies, so that
I am. I love
that
indie
other movie you
movies.
just talked about. That's an indie movie.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. Well, fantastic. We really enjoy you. We still enjoy you because fans out here are watching Doctor Who numerously.
Thank
you,
fans.
You remain in their lives.
You are loyal people, through and through.
Okay, let's go ahead and open it up to the floor here. Hi, over here.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. First of all, I love you. You're wonderful.
Thank you.
My question is, what's your favorite on-set mishap with David Tennant?
I mean, they seem like nothing stories now, but at the time they're always hilarious because we've usually lost our minds by that point of filming. I really found Tooth and Claw with David to be one of the funniest times. We were just constantly being chased around by a guy in a green lycra suit with a tennis ball coming out of his head, and he was playing the werewolf, and yeah, the catsuit was tight, and yeah, there was a lot of scope for laughter. That was probably 5 days worth of hilarity. I won't go into it.
Numerous takes, I'm assuming, because of that.
Just couldn't keep it together whatsoever, yeah.
No wardrobe mishaps or anything of that nature?
Well, that was one wardrobe mishap in its entirety. It was an absolute disaster. But we weren't wearing it, so it was funny for us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Awesome. Hi, over on that side.
What was your favorite part of working on Doctor Who?
It's really hard, but I think the cast, the script, and the crew, all of those things combined made it a daily sort of joyous experience. Yeah, I mean, it had a really generous spirit as a show, and nothing I've done since that sort of touched that, but I think that's because we were right at the beginning of making something that then became a massive hit, and that was really we just felt really proud. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank
Hi.
you.
Hi, Billy.
Hello.
I just think you're amazing, so thank
Oh,
you for
thank
coming all the way to
you.
Orlando. If you had been able to take control of the TARDIS during your time with the Doctor, what time period would you have wanted to visit?
I always say this. I would always go back to the 80s. Actually, yeah, the beginning of the 80s, possibly just before. And I sort of wish I could go back and see my mum and dad, sort of the beginning of their relationship. And I mean, to an extent, you know, there are parts that I would be happy to sort of bypass, but just, you know, just a reminder of us as kids and what we were like as siblings and that family unit, the things that you just can't get back. So even though, you know, you could choose from any moment in history, that's...
You do realize you're talking about the punk rock era, right? You know, big
Yeah,
hair.
exactly. That's
Okay.
exactly why I go back, for that alone. Screw mum and dad, I just go there for the hair. Yeah, I go back to that time. I have it as, you know, it's sort of rose-tinted glasses now. I'm sure well, I know it was a sort of testy time in the UK, but I sort of would love to see mum and dad and us as kids and have a real wonderful memory of, you know, a real memory of that, yeah.
Wow.
It's a bit sentimental, sorry.
No.
Boring.
It's not. Sure.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello. I wanted to
Hello.
ask about your experience of meeting the presenters in the Stig on Top Gear.
Okay, hang on. So the Stig, I know as much and as little as you guys. It keeps that helmet on the entire time, and the former presenters, yeah, they're cool guys. You know, sort of Larry types. And then, you know, the new guy is someone I shared a considerable amount of my life with, so it's about to come out this Sunday. You should check it out. I think it's going to be great.
Absolutely, it's my favorite show.
Is it really? Oh.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Oh, great. Alrighty, we're doing good. Hi.
Hi, I'm Kate, and I was wondering, of the classic Doctors, who would you want to travel with as Rose Tyler?
Careful. Careful.
Troughton. Troughton.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Trout.
Awesome.
Are you happy with that? Do you like that? Is that a good one?
Was that a good one? Was that okay? Yeah. I know who you really want, but okay. No.
Who?
No. You tell her.
Yeah, Baker, but that would have been the obvious choice. For good reason.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah. Alrighty. Hey, Dart.
Hello.
Hey.
Thank you for coming to Megacon.
Thank you for having me.
The episode in Doctor Who, when you came back from the other dimension, you were awesome in that episode. Well, my question is, if you could play any female superhero, whether DC, Marvel, or independent, which superhero would you pick?
Any superhero?
How familiar are you with DC and Marvel?
Not that familiar.
Have you watched Captain America or any Civil War movies or any Iron Man movies?
I've seen a bit of that stuff. Okay, that's a good one. Okay, I know where I'm starting from. Oh God. Come on, help me out. Help me out.
Ma'am, you've already worn a cat suit, so...
Yeah.
What? That's exactly what I was
Who?
thinking. Black Widow.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that.
Do you know who Black
I'd be Black Widow.
All right.
In a heartbeat.
Okay. All right.
There you go.
What does Black Widow look like, Billy? I mean...
Hey!
Hey.
Hey, it's your turn. Hey.
All right.
Hi, my name's Emma. My question is, what do you think the coolest species alien thing that you encountered was the coolest?
Ooh, okay, the coolest.
Bad, good or bad?
Yeah,
Doesn't
good or
matter,
bad.
right?
Either.
Okay. Good. I really have a soft spot for the ood. Because they're just so nice to look at. I have a real soft spot for those guys. Cassandra, for obvious reasons, is just totally wild. Absolutely nutcase. And who else was I really into? Yeah.
It's that potato head.
Potato head. And then the ones I didn't like, well, there's a very long list. Sidemen, for me, can just do one. Who? The Silence. They're different series.
That's okay.
That's okay. That's
Anything
okay.
you want. That's cool.
Whatever you
Yeah.
say, I'll take the lead. Yeah.
Is that cool? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome, darling.
That's just cute. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm just really nervous, but
Oh, don't worry.
Rosar is one of my favorite companions, and by the way, I love your dress. It's really pretty.
Thank you. It's from my friend shop, Peekaboo Vintage.
My question is, what was it like working with David Tennant?
Awful. Obviously, it was
I knew
a
it.
daily horror show. Are those candles up there?
No, there are lights
Oh,
on
it's
the
so
treads of
romantic.
the stuff. That
I'm
is
so
kind of romantic.
confused.
But back to David.
Yeah, back to David.
Yeah, it's horrible.
He's awful. He is. He's great. He's a great laugh. He's a great guy. He's a fantastic actor. He's very. He's got a lot of energy, like boundless amounts of energy, and so I found that very useful. It was something I could really latch onto and use for my benefit. I mean, a dream, very dry, and at times very serious, but incredibly dedicated to the work.
What about his?
He's a good leader, you know.
Is he known as a prankster or someone who likes to?
No,
No.
that would be Barrowman. Barrowman is the prankster.
You don't have to tell us about John. I think the entire world is familiar with Mr. Incredible.
Oh goodness! When did you see him last? To see the
Last
panel
year,
yet?
we try to bring him back each and every year just for
Comedy value.
Oh God, damn it! That's John Barrowman.
Yeah, that's it. That's what we need to say.
It's Sunday.
He's
isn't
an
it? Is it-
animal. He's
It's
tomorrow. He's tomorrow.
Yeah. Have you sat in on one of his panels at a convention before?
Yeah. Last time I saw him, he was wearing a dress and like 7-inch heels.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, the blue dress. And I saw that he made a purchase today, so something sweet's lined up for you tomorrow. What a mess. What a
I
mess.
feel I need to put some sort of disclaimer out for people that have children. If you're attending John Barrowman's,
He's borderline inappropriate.
Psychotic? Yeah.
Psychotic. Deeply inappropriate.
yeah. So,
Yeah, he does. He needs a warning. He
Fair.
comes with caution.
Fair warning. Fair warning. Yeah, John. Was that good?
Thank
Cool.
you very much. You're a fantastic actor.
Oh, thank you, darling.
Good job. You did that very
You
well.
did that well. You handled
Hey,
it.
man.
Hey. Hi.
I was just wondering what David Tennant and Matt Smith were like together on set off the scene, or like behind the scenes.
Yeah. Not at all competitive. I'm joking. No, I'm joking. They were great, and that I was nervous about that day. I was like, oh boy, this is like a lot of this is awkward for me. This is hard for me. This is a hard day. And actually, it was Sam. They were both absolutely feeding off each other. They're both very different people, but they were beautifully aligned, and it wasn't tense at all. It wasn't tense.
I'm hearing something more.
I'm alluding to something more, but there is really nothing more. They were sound, and then of course John Hurt, which was wild, he
Icon.
He was a
British
icon,
Yes, absolutely.
and he was
evil
he was
icon,
in awe of those guys. Actually, he was like he couldn't believe the sort of energy and sort of vibrancy, and I mean they're hysterical. Those guys, they operate at, anybody who plays the Doctor seems to operate at another speed entirely.
That's very true.
Yeah, they
right.
do. They're really hysterical people. They operate at high speed, high function, sort of, you know.
Did that, do you find your
In real
job-
life, you avoid people like that.
You know,
In normal circumstances, you're like, get away from me!
exactly. But on the set, you could not avoid people like that. In fact, all of the companions always have to, up their game a bit just to keep up.
Well, they
Did you
have to
find yourself-
compensate in some way. It's like a good marriage, they're like there's something slightly more sedate about the companions. It has to be, because if you had two people operating at that sort of, it would be unbearable to watch.
Cool. You okay, dude? Thank you, brother. Hi.
Hi,
Hello, I just want to say that I'm honored to be talking to you.
I'm honoured to be talking to you. Yeah, I am. Come on.
I just want to know, what is your fondest memory while filming for Doctor Who?
I suppose, in a way, Doomsday was a really fond memory. I can remember it so vividly, and I felt like it was the most real day on set I'd ever had as an actor, and I don't think I've had one quite like that since. And it was literally like saying goodbye to a friend, even though it was a dramatic sort of, the cameras were rolling. It felt like a real moment, and so I think for me that even though it was really upsetting, it was also like I don't know, it just felt like a genuine experience, and something was really happening. We were genuinely saying goodbye to each other, even though it sat in the middle of our shoot, and so we filmed out a sequence, so it was sort of bizarre timing, but it was sort of beautiful, that moment, really.
So really there wasn't much or any acting needed?
No, it was sort of, it was more like we were sort of blissfully unaware of everything that was going on around us, and we were on this really romantic beach, and it was sort of bleak, but it had, it was just a moving experience, and we weren't really aware of anything else around us. We were just two people standing there and talking to each other, and it was really genuinely sort of moving. Yeah, it's a really fond memory.
Last day of filming, how did that?
Last day of filming, we were shooting, I can't remember the name of the episode, I'm bad at this, but it was, David was dressed as an astronaut. Yes, that one. And we were in the TARDIS, and that was the last day of filming, and we sort of purged by doing Doomsday in the middle. We were ready for it, we were prepared, so we weren't as hysterical as we probably could have been if we'd filmed that scene on the last day.
Interesting, okay.
Thank you.
You're good? Good job. Shy. Hi.
I am a big fan, and my question is, if you had another big hit TV show series to film in, besides Penny Dreadful and Doctor Who, what would it be?
Really hope that it would have the music theme. you know, it'd be cool to be in something with a sort of strong music theme where there'd be maybe some dancing and something a bit rock and roll and something a bit tasty and X-rated. Not too X-rated, you know what I mean? Like, just funky.
Just a little extra. You know?
Just a bit sort of late night. I don't know, like, what, you know, like, not like vinyl, but something just a bit wild. Something wild.
You can't watch.
Yeah, something you watch. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. X-rated was too far.
Alright, now
it's because we were talking there about.
Alright, now we know they all come from the UK, okay? We kind of figured out. Is that okay? Really?
X-rated was too far.
Good job, thank you.
Oh no, Mom. I'm sorry.
Anyway, hi.
Hi. I
Hello.
was just curious, how did it feel to be the first companion to the new modern era of Doctor Who?
Well, I'm really glad that I didn't watch the show before. I didn't really understand how enormous and how iconic and how important it was and how many legions of fans it had. And so I didn't allow myself to feel that pressure, thank God. So really, it was actually just sort of my first big acting job. So I was just coming to terms with that, really. At the time, none of us knew whether it was going to work or not. So we were just muddling through. But you know, on reflection, I was like, yeah, that was cool. On reflection, like finishing it and seeing like what that character sort of means to people is just like, man, that is so cool. Yeah, it's really rare. Thank you, guys.
So your familiarity with, of course, Doctor Who. Everyone in the UK knows of Doctor Who, but were you in fact familiar with the episode or from, you know, 50 years back or 50 years to up until?
No, David is the one who has the back catalogue. He can tell you everything about every single episode that was ever made. It's terrifying.
Welcome to our world. What do you want to know? You know?
Yeah, he's really good at that. He was often my go-to for anything remotely sci-fi. He would have been good with that question about, you know, Marvel superheroes.
Well, you're right, considering that he portrayed a role in.
That's right. He's doing that now. He did it. It's done, isn't it?
Jessica Jones, yes, which ended, and
he's supposed to be phenomenal in that.
Bastard.
Yeah, it's horrid.
Horrible. Anyway.
Horrible.
I think we're here, right? Thank you, dear. Hi.
Hello. So I have a question. Now knowing that David Tennant is doing Big Finish audio work, would you do Big Finish audios for Big Finish?
What does this mean?
So Big Finish is the company that does the Doctor Who audio plays.
The plays?
The plays, yes.
Okay.
And so he has...
So they're new stories?
They're new stories, but he's doing them with Kathleen Tate, and I was wondering if you would ever be the companion in any of them.
Oh, in a heartbeat, yeah. That's cool.
Do you have an inside? Do you have an inside, dude?
Do I have a what?
Do you have an inside?
No, I just know because the advertisement's already out for the new story. And I was kind of curious if you were going to do that because he's already signed the thing.
Yeah. Well, it's going on Twitter and the internet as we speak now that you're interested in doing it.
I'm interested.
There you go. I'm our agent. Okay, all right.
You can take it.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Hello over there. How are you?
Hi, Johnny. Hi. That's okay, don't worry.
Almost everybody has disliked one aspect of their body or person. I was wondering if you're comfortable answering, what is something that you've disliked about yourself?
Something, there's loads of things, and I'd be more than happy to discuss all of them with you here. But the thing I hate most about my body is my feet. I've inherited my mum's feet, and they're, as my friends say, they're like paddles. They call them paddles. Exactly. They're horrific.
Prove it.
No, I will not. They are horrific. They are ripe for surgery. I mean, they are. They're like
no one's
people.
feet can look that bad. Come on.
They're horrific. They are in need of, reconstruction.
Well, you do go to the beach. You do go to a pool.
In socks. I went to the beach in like sandals that pretty much entirely cover them up.
Socks.
And then when I just sit and chill, I bury them in the sand so no one can see them when they're talking to me.
And you run really quick to the shore.
Yeah, they're that bad. I'm not even being like, oh, my feet. They're like, whoa! They're awful.
Fish swim up to you and go, what the hell is that?
They recognize. So I hate that.
I'm so sorry.
And that's just the beginning of a long list. I think everyone has all that rubbish going on, rightly or wrongly,
I'm very sorry about
that. Me too. I'm very sorry about that.
Billie Piper has ugly feet. Okay. And she's sorry. Okay.
Thank you,
You gotta see her
But
feet.
when you see my feet, you'll retract that.
Hi.
Hi, Billie.
Hello.
There's a lot of people here who think you're beautiful.
Aw, thank you.
I love you in Doctor Who and Secret Diary of a Call Girl.
Thank you.
What made you change from a music career to acting?
Well, I'd always wanted to act, so I went to a drama school to train, and I ended up singing randomly. And then after a while, I felt like I just wanted to get back to what I trained and what I loved doing. So it was just natural progression, really. It was one thing coming to an end, and then heavily pursuing the thing that I love the most. And I'm really glad I did, because I'm much happier.
But you're still singing to some.
No, I don't
extent,
sing. I don't sing. No, I love music. Like, I'm a massive fan of music, really big time. But I'm not like a naturally gifted singer. So I always felt like a bit of a charlatan. And also, I was often singing other people's songs, and there was nothing sort of singer-songwriter about it, which is way better. So I'm much happier acting.
Thank you.
Thank
Alrighty,
you.
excellent. Hello, we are over on this side. Hey, what's up, Richard?
Hey there, Mark. How you doing?
Do you know each other?
Hey, Richard, how you doing, brother?
What's happening here?
He knows me. Mark's a good guy. I vouch for him. Billie, it's great to see you here in the States. It's great having you at Megacon. I'm really glad you're here.
Me too.
It's great. Hey, I got a question. Are we going to see Rose Tyler again in the future episodes? Because we all would love to see her again.
Any reason why she would not show up again?
Well, just because we've rinsed it, we've done it a lot. This coming back and forth thing, it's happened like 3 times.
I think the audience would disagree with you.
We all would love to see you.
I would love to come back, but I think it would have to be about the timing and who was involved and what the storyline would have to be, really cool. Because I've come back so many times. It's like, what do I do if I come back again? It has to sort of, yeah. Well, what are you audibly sighing about over here?
We'll find a way. I mean, I'm sure.
But obviously, it would be great to come back in a while, you know, like it doesn't have to be so immediate, I don't think. And the door is I feel like it's firmly open. I could be wildly mistaken. But I feel like, wouldn't it be great if like in 10 years' time when, you know, they sort of revamp the show. Something like that, like something a bit like unpredictable.
Well, Billie, I just want to say we'd all be happy to see those sexy Billie Piper big feet back.
I'm so regretting telling you. I was trying to be generous with my insecurities, and now you're using them against me. Like a classic bully. No.
Thanks, Richard.
They're awful. I can stand by it.
Hi. Sardis up there.
I totally feel you on the big feet thing. So.
What, you hate my feet?
I hate my own feet.
Do you? I think a lot of people hate their feet.
Yeah, it's
but
problematic area, I think.
Yeah, they're great.
Ladies and gentlemen, during our orthopedic panel here.
I work in the costuming industry, and I just wanted to ask what your favorite costume has been in any of the productions you've done. Plus, I love your dress.
Oh, thank you. Which dress? Oh, yeah. So what is my favourite? I'm really digging the Penny Dreadful costumes. You know, just like they're so beautifully put together, and and often some of them are like really old pieces, sort of reworked and stuff, but just stunning detail, and the level of characterization that goes into selecting the right stuff is just phenomenal. Like, I hate wearing it. It's the most hellish stuff to wear. I hate it because I'm broad and those corsets wreck my ribs and give me eczema and all that shit. But they look so good. You know, it's frustrating.
Are you given an artist's conceptual work of what you're going to appear
Not on that
as?
show. You just said, you're wearing this.
Just show up the wardrobe and boom.
They're Italian. You can't negotiate with those guys. You can't. They don't give. You know, they don't give a damn about what you think about what you're about to wear. It's a totally different thing. Normally, like Secret Diary, you'd be heavily involved in all of that stuff. But I have no sort of knowledge of Victorian London, so you sort of have to, trust them.
Victorian Italy. Can you good?
Yeah.
Alrighty. What time did we start the panel, guys? Help me on this. I'm charging my batteries. Half an hour ago? Okay, cool. Tell me that again in about 10 minutes, okay? Hi.
Hi. Hey. I loved your character in Penny Dreadful. And
Thank you.
I wonder how you approached her post-transformation, and maybe a little bit on where you think she's going?
How did I approach her? It's sort of all there on the paper, but I don't know, I sort of thought about, have you ever seen this film, Betty Blue? It's the French art house movie, it's like a classic, and it's just this wild woman. I mean, she's nuts, and she's brilliant. It's like a totally iconic character. I thought about her a lot, but ultimately it's all there on the page, and they gave me free rein to sort of go with it, so I just sort of worked it out as I was going along, really. I think I had to like plot it really carefully, like trying to allude to the fact that she was this sweet, innocent, wide-eyed wonder, and actually she's this absolute savage, and she knew all along what was going on. So there was some careful sort of playing in that, yeah.
So you had a lot of interaction with the writers, literally sitting down with them and saying, hey, I would like to see this happen, and...
No, they tell you what you're doing. I think, like, John Logan, who writes it, he crafts it so carefully that you're sort of, you just go with it really, because he's been planning these plots in his mind for so long. But he will sit down with you and talk about the character and where it's going very early on, and you know, you can have a dialogue there, I don't know how much they write for you as such, you know. It's just different in that way.
Right. Understand. You good?
Thank you for bringing so much depth to someone who could have just been a psycho killer.
Yeah, thank you.
Alrighty. Hi.
Hi. Were there any scenes in Doctor Who that you or any of the other actors improvised and did off the script?
No. They again, it's funny with these big shows. You don't get that scope. You've got to be it's like doing a play. You have to be very loyal to the text, because it's often about setting up enormous plot lines. And unless you're maybe a writer yourself, trying to improvise that would be, you know, it would be hard and maybe detrimental to the ultimate, you know, goal. So we didn't really do that. You know, you can make choices as an actor, how you're going to sell something, how you're going to say something, what sort of emotional elements you want to bring to the role. But when it comes to like being loose with the text, no. Not on those shows anyway.
That's very professional of you, because this is an ongoing series, and I'm sure someone has thought out, you know, the beginning to the end.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and for you to go off script, to improvise and make things different probably changes the entire dynamic of the conclusion of the series. So.
Yeah, they're spinning too many plates in terms of plotting for you to suddenly go off on some mad improvisational tangent. And I don't think for something like that it would work. For something sort of domestic and based on family drama, I think that's where you can improvise. But for really detailed sci-fi plotting is tricky work, you know, there's a lot of work, and so you trust staying on piece, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. It's a really good question.
Very good question. Excellent. Hey, you.
Hey.
My name is Laura, and I'm going to take credit for the chocolate.
Is that your work? It's your good work. Yeah.
I was wondering, one of the things that I think is really compelling about Secret Diary of a Call Girl is that it takes things that are, I guess, very personal and works to sort of show them in a serious light. Like they actually talk about where it's coming from for people, as opposed to just sort of showing something racy. And I was just wondering if there's anything that you've seen either during the filming or since filming that you thought it would make an interesting kind of story to explore, like what that means for people.
Goodness, it's a really touchy subject really, because it really divides people how they feel about it. I suppose one of the most interesting things I thought about that show was, and then something I've seen since in life, is you know, a sort of ambitious woman and what they're willing to put on hold and to pursue, and quite often those things are like relationships and you know, families even, and stuff like that, and that's right at the end of Secret Diary, that she chooses this profession over a man who just flipping loves her, you know, but she's made by this work, and it's who she is, and she feels like she has to be loyal to it, and I think that that's an ongoing thing I see in women at the moment, is a huge loyalty to work and ambition and stuff, which is amazing, but it's also like, wow, there's lots of things that are getting left behind as well, and so I think that, yeah, I think that's the sort of interesting stuff I've seen that reflects strongly in the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Good questions, guys.
Yeah, really good questions.
Really good questions,
yeah.
Hi.
Hi, my name is David from Niceville, Florida.
Hi.
I'd like to say it's a privilege and honor to get to speak to you. You've always in my mind been an ocean away, so I never thought in my dreams that I'd get to see you much and speak to you.
Oh, love.
To revisit the question before about you coming back to Doctor Who, we know the fate of Rose Tyler was that she ended up with the human incarnation.
Boo! Yes.
So, with that in mind, if David Tennant was on board, would you consider a spin-off series, The Adventures of Rose and 10-2?
If it was as vibey as the original relationship, if it was like some half-baked version of who they were in their original form, I don't think we'd be into it, but like, you know, because I don't know, I always felt like that was like, oh, she gets to go off with the guy who isn't him. It doesn't happen.
Well, as the companion, he's always been the one showing you new things.
Yeah.
With this incarnation, you would be the one teaching and showing him new things.
Oi, oi. Exactly that.
It may be a family.
Oh, yeah, there we go, family. If it became deeply domestic, I'd be really up for it. Yeah. Then we could improvise. Be awesome.
That show would last a week.
I think we all
You hate that show. You're like, boring.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, love.
Thank you, my buddy. Appreciate it.
An ocean away. What beautiful language.
Whatever. Okay.
Hi, Heather. I'm so happy I finally get to tell you how much I idolize and adore you. So, Rose Tyler brought back Doctor Who for companions, impacted so many people, but I want to know for you, which companion impacted you?
Well, it just in drama or in Doctor Who, because I didn't really see it before. So who did I like as a companion? Sorry?
I'm thinking of the number of doctors involved because she hadn't seen them.
All right, let's just stick with New Who then.
Yeah.
The New Who
Thank you.
Yeah.
Who do I love with the New Who? I really love Karen. I think she's a fine companion. She's got the right mix of, you know, sort of comedy and, you know, zest for life, and she's goofy, and, you know, I just think she was the one. Yeah, I love her.
Cool.
Thank you, darling.
Time? We're doing good on time?
Are you over this? Like,
they don't care.
Can we go? Jeez.
Trying to keep my schedule. Hi.
Hi.
I'm Pride. Hi, Billy.
Hi, darling.
Through all your characters, I first fell in love with you as Belle. As you continued on, all of your characters have a certain vivaciousness for life, in my opinion. So I was wondering, is that something you look for in a character as you choose what you're going to do? Or is there a certain process you go when you're choosing to do a character?
I think it's the first one. I think I'm always really attracted to playing women who are maybe on the outskirts of society or doing something a bit quirky or a bit sort of bored by something a bit regular. And they're all a bit wanting, so I think I'm really drawn to those women as opposed to like girlfriend roles and stuff like that. I like those sort of crooked, weird girls.
Okay, we're towards the end, but I really want to get the questions from the kids behind you before we end it. we'll give you your opportunity too. But also, I want people to know that Billie will be going back to her autograph table immediately after this panel to do some signing if anybody wants to go and pick up on what she has to offer. That didn't sound right. She started me first. Can I hear from the kids first?
Yes, please. Hi.
I have 2 questions.
Oh.
And Doctor Who, which episode do you like most?
The ones I'm in or other ones?
The ones that you're in.
I love Father's Day. I think that's such a lovely episode. It's one of my favourites. Yeah. And also I love Tooth and Claw because I think it's just a real romp. It's just a great, fun, mad episode. Yeah, I love that one.
And my second question is, if you were in a movie, would you be a good or bad guy?
If I was what, darling?
If you were in a movie, would you be a good or bad guy?
Well, I've just done the bad guy. I'm doing the bad guy. I'm really enjoying it.
What do you want her to be, sweetheart? A good guy or a bad guy?
Good, right?
Yes.
Okay, then good. Good, I'll be a good guy.
There you go. All right, good job. I have to give this person over here the last, because I'm supposed to have been over here, and that will be it for our questioning. So you have the absolute last question, young lady.
No pressure or anything. So I guess my question is not very good, but if I know you didn't say that. I'm sure you've met a lot of people with you being famous and all, but do you have one memorable experience of any, like, one person you've met that's just really stood out?
Oh, of just like famous people, you mean?
Or it could be like a fan or anyone, like you've met a lot of people, so.
Oh, yeah, I've met so many people. Sorry. I mean, there's so many people. I mean, I would say that most of my mates are the most impressive people I've ever met, you know? And that's why we're like firm friends, I guess. But I mean, like, if we're talking about people I admired, I met Janet Jackson once. And actually, I found it really hard meeting someone I really love because she seemed really scared and maybe was like, hi! She seemed like really overwhelmed by like how intense I was being. And I don't know, it's weird meeting your heroes. I found it really hard work. So not her. But I did meet her. I don't know, I've met a lot of cool people. I'm sorry, it's really hard to sort of, you know, yeah. But I will say this. I will, segue. I will be joining David in Tampa. So I will see you all there, and hopefully I'll come up with a better answer by then. Thank you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, presents to you, Billie Piper! Billie Piper, guys. All right, I think I stepped on her feet too by accident, just so you know. You guys were wonderful, fantastic. If you guys are coming back to the special Harry Potter event later on, I think in about an hour or so, I'll see you then. Otherwise, if you're not, I'll see the rest of you guys sometime tomorrow. I'll be in somebody's hotel at the bar, so somebody buy me a drink. All right, thank you so much for being an incredible audience. You guys rock, absolutely rock. All right, so take care.